2008, I got locked up. I had a parole violation. I've been, like I said, I've been out of jail since like 1998. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't follow the rules of society, and I just smoke a lot of weed and just not care about the law and shit like that. I was staying too good to follow it. But I got locked up in 1990, in 2008, and I was like sitting up, and I was like not really fond of the law. And this nigga I was like chilling in this house. Let me tell you about this house I was in. Okay. Alright, so I got in with the Brooklyn niggas. I was rolling with the Brooklyn niggas. The house was full of like Bloods and Brooklyn niggas. I was cool with the Brooklyn niggas. The Brooklyn niggas fucking with me hard, you know what I'm saying? But it was like one Brooklyn nigga I didn't like because he was cool one minute, then the next minute he like tries to like vent his frustration out on me, you know what I'm saying? Or just on anybody, you know what I'm saying? Who's not trying to fight him, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to fight him, but I thought he was cool. But once he got aggressive with me, like, not aggressive, but he just started talking like, how they do it. Like, I don't like to fight niggas I fuck with. So once I fuck with you and you start like transgression and trying to get this being disrespectful, I stop all friendship with him. So he did that with me, and I stopped the friendship with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he later needed me help against Spanish niggas, but I didn't help him out. But alright, so let me explain this situation. I got it. This video is about how I got cool with a nigga that knew the law so good that he got locked up and was beating grand juries. He said he always beat grand juries. So I started chopping up with niggas. I didn't really fuck with no one in the house. I fuck with the Brooklyn niggas and that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the Brooklyn niggas because it's like I gotta click up with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I click up with the Brooklyn niggas. They repping New York. They repping Brooklyn. They repping the borough. The other niggas is repping West Coast, so I didn't really click up with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Brooklyn against West Coast niggas. But it wasn't no beef, no tension. It was Brooklyn niggas, West Coast niggas, and they had the Spanish niggas, the Dominican niggas. So that's what the house I was in was devised of. And I got in with this one neutral nigga that is so fucking sharp with that law shit that he said, when I get locked up, I'm not trying to here to chill and sit up and hang around these stupid motherfuckers. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I started chopping. I became friends with Nick, and we used to talk about law and how he used to get off on cases, and me and him used to go over how to beat the grand jury. We used to prep for that shit. But all these niggas is really trying to smoke weed and stay up and hang around each other and get on that gang shit and take over phones. I'm chopping it up with this nigga because he knows so much about the law. And he was talking about, like, I was talking about, I want to go in front of a grand jury, but I don't really know how to orchestrate this story like that. You know what I'm saying? So I started chopping up with that nigga, and he was going over how to like get off on the case, because the case they had me on was weak, and I'm like, I need to go in front of the grand jury and beat the shit, and I sit up a day on Rikers. So I'm chilling with this nigga. I forgot his name, but he was a real savvy nigga with the law, and he's like, I ain't stand. Like, watch when I go in front of the grand jury. I was like, damn, I like this nigga's style because he's sharp, and I never had anyone talk to me about law like how he was talking. So I was like, I was like really I was fucking with this nigga hard, like. But he's not trying to sit up in jail no longer than 6 days. So I'm like, thank God I got a chance to talk to this nigga and pick up his knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I took all. I like, when I fuck with a nigga, I'm like my big homies. I try to get as much information as possible about my gang that I was repping in 1992, so I know how to move with the street code, the G code, and all that shit. But as far as the law, I didn't know how to move the law, so I was like getting with this nigga trying to learn all the shit that he know about that shit. He knew a lot of shit, like how to get off on grand juries and how to talk in front of grand juries and how to, make the cops seem like they bad guys and all that shit. So he ended up getting like he went to court within 6 days. He did not come back to that house. Me, I'm sitting up because I didn't go in front of the grand jury because I didn't know how to like orchestrate the story. But I sat up for like a good 6 months. Plus I had a parole violation, so I was fucked up anyway. But I did 6 months. And I think I did a year for the parole violation. But I had a case that shit got thrown out. But I kind of got that shit dismissed in 6 days. So I was sitting up on Rikers Island for like 9 months, and I went upstate and did 3 months upstate. You know what I'm saying? And so I got up. So like I said, this story is about how I got up with a nigga that was so savvy with the law, and I took in all that he know. But I was asking questions and all that. We was talking for the whole 6 days. You know what I'm saying? Well, he didn't. He only did 6 days because he got locked like within. When you get locked up, you got up to 6 or 7 days. I don't know the exact amount of hours to potentially get released from the grand jury by you representing yourself and being your own lawyer and talking about your case to the jury of your peers. So he was like, the main goal of the peers is not to convict you if you got a good story. So they're more on your side if you got a good story. You know what I'm saying? So I listened to him and I was talking about all that. He was talking about all that shit. So I was like, I fuck with that nigga hard. Long story short, he went to the grand jury within 6-7 days of him being locked up, and he got released. And I'm like, I didn't have no one else really talk to like that besides the Brooklyn niggas. Okay, so I'm chilling, chopping up with a few niggas, nigga Ab, nigga like 6'8", 6'9", nigga mad tall. Ab and mad other Brooklyn niggas. That was my main nigga, Ab. You know what I'm saying? I seen him in Harlem like in 2010. So, this is about how I was, another story, it's another situation where I was in that house, right? So the nigga I really was fucking with got released. So when he came through, he only did 6 days in Rikers Island. I did 9 months on Rikers Island. Plus I had to do 3 months upstairs. I had a 1 year violation parole. I'm not here to brag about all this shit. I'm here to explain to somebody who may need this type of information, who may need this outlet. And so the nigga left in 6 days, and I was like, if it is what it is, I'm used to things change anyway. You know, anything that remains the same can possibly become outdated. So I just look at it like that. Things change, you know what I mean? So he left, and I'm in the house, and I'm like, I'm with these Brooklyn niggas. I'm cool with all the niggas. I fuck with them niggas hard. It just is one nigga named Rod Sean or some shit. Like, he a grimy ass Brooklyn nigga. He tried to throw his weight around, and I didn't want to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna stop fucking with the nigga. We ain't cool no more. Once I start fucking with him, we don't have nothing to talk about. So once he said something disrespectful, I stopped fucking with him. And anything after this point, I'm gonna give the nigga silent treatment. If we get mad about it, then we got to get the fed. You know what I'm saying? So I gave a nigga silent treatment. He didn't fuck with me. But I fuck with all the rest of the Brooklyn niggas. So this nigga Rashawn eventually got some problems with. So I stopped fucking with the nigga, and I told Av about that shit. Like, I'm telling the nigga situation. Like, I'm like, what's up with this Brooklyn nigga right here, though, bro? Like, I'm not really feeling this nigga. And he was like, yeah, I ain't really feeling that nigga either. You know what I'm saying? So me and him had a little secret allies, not being like, not feeling this nigga Rashawn. So if he was getting, so I'm gonna let the nigga know. I let my nigga Av like the head of niggas, because he be getting weed and he be doing his thing. I don't trust none of them niggas anyway. You know, they always flip on nigga. But me and Av had the best rapport. And Av had all his niggas that looked up to him. But me and Av was spoken. I'm like, I ain't feeling that nigga tried to flip on me, like, got a mood swing, caught a period with me. Like, I'm like, this shit, I'm like, if this continue to happen, I'm gonna have to get the fight with the nigga. I'm not trying to feel with the nigga. So I started fucking with the nigga. Then eventually got some shit with them Spanish niggas, Dominican niggas. So it was like, alright, so he was getting a fight, one-on-one fight. And they cleared it out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking. I'm not jumping in. You know what I'm saying? And he eventually got beat up by that Dominican nigga. Like so, his gangster got shut down. And another nigga, Dominican nigga, was trying to jump that nigga. Was about to jump the nigga, but another Brooklyn nigga came to his aid. He like, why y'all niggas ain't jumping in? He like, I'm not. I ain't explained to the nigga why I ain't jumping in because I don't like that nigga. I don't like Rashawn. That nigga Grimy came at me sideways. You got one time to get disrespectful me. I'm not riding with you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't explain that to him. But Ab know why I wasn't riding with him. And Ab wasn't riding with the nigga either. So this one nigga was riding with that nigga Rashawn. But he didn't have the rest of our help. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that nigga jumped in and he said, what the fuck? So he got on his shit and, but Rashawn got beat up by that Dominican nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because, he was going around pushing niggas' buttons and stuff. And the nigga wasn't having that. Like, the Dominican nigga beat the nigga up. Bro. Like, every time they was squaring up and Rashawn tried to swing on them, but the Dominican nigga was brolic. And it was like his shit wasn't having no effect on the Dominican. So nigga Rashawn kept falling back, falling on his ass, and the Dominican got on top of the nigga and punched him out like, and that was that. Your gangster got shut down, so you gotta fall back, nigga. That's why I don't go around starting problems. You gonna have to get the fade, and someone gonna shut your gangster down. It's gonna be hard to rebound your shit. So Rashawn got done dirty. And that was that. Like I eventually did a year, 9 months on Rikers Island, 3 months up north, and that was that. So that was basically the story about everything. I explained to you like what happened with how I got along with the educated, law savvy nigga. How I got betrayed by a grimy ass Brooklyn nigga who eventually got beat up by Dominican niggas. So yeah, man, that's it. That's how it went down. But my main point is how I got in with that. I really got close with one nigga because he was dropping knowledge on courts and the system and how to get around how to get around the court system. You know what I'm saying? So that was really like really to this day like the shit we spoke about comes up when I hear about like the Diddy case and along with all my experiences. You know what I'm saying? So the knowledge he had along with the experiences I have can make me come up with pretty much any little loophole if there's a loophole in your case. You know what I'm saying? Just by being with that nigga. So that main nigga I was fucking with was that nigga for 6 days on Rikers Island. All the other niggas is just associates. You know what I'm saying? I still remember that nigga and how the conversation we had, but I don't know his name. But I still I'm still able to retain the knowledge he shed and gave to me about beating the courts.